This is a demo of Graphy's latest product, which is the coaching product. We will try to cover both sides of this product, which is the coach experience slash admin experience or experience for any creator, and then the end user or the learner or the coach session bookers experience. Okay, in this section, we will learn about how an admin can create a program under the coaching tab. So you can go to create, and essentially you can have some basic details filled out here, which is like the program name. Then you can obviously have sort of like a description right here, and then you will obviously be able to add some frequently asked questions, which are general things that you need to add, when you do set up a coaching program. So we highly recommend that you get this section right for questions which you feel like might give more clarity to the booker. So in this case, I have added, let's say, two different types of FAQs. So once your first step is done, you can go and upload a cover image. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and find a suitable image from the Unsplash library, which we have. I found the right image, and then we can do some resizing here, like you can see, and save this. So automatically, you will see that there would be a cover image which would be successfully saved and added, like you can see here. Once this step is done, you can continue and you can go ahead and fill out some program details, which means that this is the part where, as an admin, you can define all the details regarding the program. Our program will consist of different sessions, which could be booked by the learner right after the program is purchased. The first part is coaches, which means that as an admin, I can assign any member of my team to take a session. And currently, we have upgraded this from a single coach to a multi coach feature, which means that as an admin, you can offer different people from your team to take different sessions. Like you can see in the drop down, these are the coach names which are available. Let's also try adding sort of a new coach here. You can go to select a coach, add a calendar. Let's say we are trying to add this coach, and we will give Google some simple permissions, which is standard industry norm. And then we will see that this person's details will appear here and will also appear as a new coach. So you can select this coach, and you can also obviously keep, selecting other coaches. Another thing which we have added is the process of assigning a weight. Let's say you want certain coaches to have more sessions or secure more sessions as compared to the others, and you can definitely add an weightage, let's say 10, somewhere 5 and 3, within a scale of 1 to 10, and our system will automatically assign the proportionate bookings in the weight that you have defined. But you don't need to do that manually. This will be all controlled by the system itself. Next, let's talk about sessions. Sessions are nothing but components of a particular program. You can assign a couple of sessions. There is no set limit on the number of sessions that you can add under one program. Let's see how we can add a session now as an admin. Here we have the name of a particular session. Strongly recommend you to also have like an agenda item here. Um, and obviously add, any kind of notes that you might want your session bookers to come prepared with. You can also add an attachment if you want to. Let's add another session. Let's say session 2 could be just a follow up name, that the anyway in that you decide to sort of design your session number 2. Usually it's a follow up or like a revision or something that has a continuity. Add agenda and notes, and then you can click on continue. That'll take you to the pricing plan, and then you go to the pricing plan, which is the third part, where essentially you will be able to put down, any name of a pricing plan. So you can probably say basic, free plan, and you can select from a group of pricing options here. Let's say in this case we can go ahead with a free plan here. You can put in some country settings, which we have kept exactly like some of our other products for creators who already know how pricing works. But for creators who don't know as well, we can choose from a bunch of plans, and essentially a plan would be created accordingly. And once you click on publish, your plan is created, which you can share with the learners. This is a direct link. So once you're done creating a program, you can see all the programs listed under the programs tab under the coaching window. And I'm going to just take you through what you can do, what kind of edits you can make or modifications you can make right after you are done creating a program.
for the purpose of continuity, we go back to the same program. And like you can see, we have opened the program here, and there are a couple of tabs here. So the landing page details, program name, description, FAQs. You can add, remove, delete, change, and everything will be automatically saved here. Let's say if you just change this, then you will have an automatic save here, like you can see on the toast above. Now let's go to the coaching details tab. The coaching details tab also serves a similar purpose for edit. You can add new coaches, you can select from already existing other coaches as well, and you can obviously keep changing the weight as well. And our system will intelligently understand how to distribute the sessions as per the assigned weights. You can obviously make changes to name, agenda, duration, and notes under the sessions, and this will apply across sessions. I want to spend a quick couple of seconds explaining three other parts of the coaching details where there are some buffers, windows, and rescheduling and cancellation options available to admin. Now, let's go over the scheduling rules. Scheduling rules is created just to bring in an element of rest for the admin. Now, like you can see, there are a bunch of options. Minimum booking notice would be that the admin can set um, up until how much time can a learner book a particular slot. For example, if there is an 8:30 slot available, learner probably would be able to select that slot not beyond 8. And in that case, admin would have added a particular time slot here, in this case 24 hours. And you can select between days and hours here. um, Buffer between sessions would be there is an automatic gap, which our calendar will show to the learner, so that as an admin you get some break between sessions, so you can define that between hours and minutes. Minimum reschedule notice, very self-explanatory. Again, we have defined this option for you. It could be days between sessions, or it could also be hours. And maximum reschedules would mean that you have some blank space in terms of the number of reschedules on a particular session. It could be 2 times, 3 times, however many times you want to save it. This also gets automatically saved. Similarly, we have a cancellation notice required, which you can select between days and hours, minimum being 24 hours, where you will need to be within that window as a learner to be able to cancel a particular notice. And this also applies for the admin as well, in case there is a cancellation happening from the admin side. Then maximum booking advance is that how far ahead learners can book a session, very explanatory. And then after you set whatever details you want to set in the scheduling part, it automatically starts following the same rules in real time from the next sessions. Now, availability is when you, as an admin, upfront define according to your time zone, wherever in the world you are, how your days look like. If you're not available between, let's say, 9 to, I would say, let's say 12:30, you could obviously make that availability known. If you're available between, let's say, next between 1:30 and then 2 p.m., then you can obviously mention that. So here, like you can see, between 12:30 to 1:30, no session would be shown to any learner who tries to book your calendar. And you can also see that we have synced your calendar right at the creation stage. And admins or creators are free. They could also have these options enabled. To default is disabled, because we would consider this as an unavailable day for you, but you can obviously change that and define it as per your availability. And here we have reminders, which means that we send a notice to the learner before a session. And as a admin or a coach, you would be emailed in that same session connected to the Google Calendar. And you can send it, a couple of minutes or hours before the session. You can also send a second reminder or a third reminder. You could definitely edit the content here as well. You can send yourself a test email and also save it. Parallelly, you can have a delete function as well. Also, to make things even more engaging, we have event notifications. So there are automated emails which will be triggered in the case that there is a booking confirmation happening, or a session is being rescheduled or cancelled, or there is a no show if the learner does not join within the first 10 minutes. And you know, um, clearly, like you can see, you can also change the content, the subject line, send test, and also save whatever you finally decide to go with. Um, the third tab is customers. You can see that anyone who has booked a particular program, in this case, I have one entry. You can see the details of those customers listed out with their details, email, name, phone number, And then we have enrollment and renewed date of the plan and the status, right? And you can obviously filter with each one of them. Pricing, like I said, I had added one free plan earlier and then another paid plan. So you can continue to add 6 plans and you can filter them as per countries or as per active status, um, or archive status. And here, right after you click the plan, I'm going to show you how you can click yet another, let's say, one time payment plan. Plan 3, also a paid plan. Let's say we have selected this one time payment, which is a single fee involved for a time bound access. And you can obviously select the country, set the price. In this case, let's set $1,000 and then say, let's say 950 and select save, which will bring the new plan under that particular program under your pricing plans. This would also be shown to the learner in the landing page when they try to book a session. Now that I have showed you how you can edit the different stages of a program right after you have published it, add plans, I want to also spend a couple of minutes on the main coaching dashboard and show you what these 2 tabs are. So obviously, we have touched upon programs right in the creation and in the edit flow. Now I'm going to also show you that you can search for a particular program here. Let's say if you search for nutrition, you will obviously get the search result that appears on the match of the keyword. And then you can also filter it. Let's say if you want to only filter the ones which are published, you can see all the published ones as well. And let's say if you want to see the draft ones, there is no draft program right now, so that would not be appearing. I'm going to go back and reset this. Now, you can also search for it and you can filter it. Moving on to the second tab, which is a bookings tab. Now, this is a tab where, as an admin, you get to keep an active track of which other learners who are booking your sessions. Like, for example, you can see that every single session which is being booked by a particular learner gets different kind of attributes, which is, name of the session, the scheduled date, customer, program status. You can also perform a couple of options here. Let's say if you go to the first one, we have also enabled options for the admins to reschedule a session. You can reschedule it and suggest a new time slot and go forward and sort of confirm the reschedule. Once you are done doing the reschedule, this will get automatically updated. You can also cancel the session. Let's say you are not available. You can also cancel this booking automatically, right? So this would also obviously get cancelled. Once you get cancelled, there is no option for a reschedule for the admin. And once you can see that the cancellation happens or the status changes here directly. And obviously, you have an option to do that for all the sessions as an admin or any member of the admin team. And we have a list view, which is what I've shown you right now. But for the calendar view, you can see that there are sessions which other learners have booked, which also reflects in your calendar view. I'm going to close this. Let's move back and discuss a little bit about the 2 tabs which are sitting right here: total revenue and total bookings. Total bookings is self explanatory, the total number of end users who have made a particular session booking under XYZ programs. So that's the count of all sessions booked. And this is the count of all the money that you have made because you might have had a free plan. And that's the revenue count that we show here. And
Another thing which I want to highlight is that by going on the settings option under coaching, admins can also add new calendars in addition to the calendars which are already added. So let's say if you have these many calendars added, you can continue to add more calendars, like you can see here under add more calendars. And when you can click on this, you will see that there is a connect to Google Calendar option which you can click, and then you can click on whichever calendar of that user you want to add and give Google a couple of permissions, select, and then that calendar will get added automatically. Like you can see, this is the calendar which we have just added. Similarly, you can also disconnect the calendar in a few quick steps and disconnect, and that will be also taken away. Now you can see that the calendar has disappeared. Calendars which have been disconnected will get attached with the tag disconnected, and the ones which are live will just be appearing with green bullets. Upon adding a calendar, this will also start appearing in the drop down under the coaches picker during the edit flow.
Now, let's get into how the learner can discover and also book a coaching program of particular creator. Like you can see, this is a store page that hosts all the coaching programs hosted under a particular creator slash domain, and the learner will be able to see this upfront on the Graphy dashboard. Once the learner, let's say, clicks on one particular program, they can go to the landing page view where all the details of the program alongside the photos uploaded by the admin, the agenda, session details, like you can see here, plans which are part of this particular program, and the FAQs are listed here. Now, let's say I, as a learner, want to pick a plan. And in this case, let's go with the basic plan, which is a free plan. So the next step is for the learner or the session booker to go into a particular date, choose a time, get all the details here, understand what is the convenient time to book, what is the agenda, all of this will appear up front. And finally, click continue. And yeah, like you can see, this is a page that summarizes all the details about the program, the validity, the first session, all the offers which are part of this particular plan, and some personal details, which will allow you to take access. Once the access is processed, you have a pop up that says that there is a purchase which is being completed, and then you can access this on your dashboard. Like you can see, the program which a learner has purchased has appeared here, and you can now click on view program to access that particular program and start booking your session. So like you can see, I have logged in from a student view into the same domain where the creator has hosted all the programs. So now that you can see, there is a library tab on the student side from where you will see the coaching product. Once you click on coaching, you can see that this particular view appears with the bookings and the programs tab. As an end user, now I will go back to the same program where we had created the sessions on the admin side. Let's view this program. Yeah, like you can see, there are all the details of the program which are appearing here. So the name of the program, remember the program had two sessions which we had added as an admin during the setup stage. So you can see the progress on both the sessions. Right now it's grayed out because as an end user, I have not attended or started any of these sessions. Right underneath, you can see that there are sessions here, which is a cancel session because the admin had sent you a cancellation note. So this session will be appearing as a cancel session on your email as well. But as a learner, you can rebook this session, and you can obviously go on a particular time and date and confirm this. And this would also be acknowledged not only just to you, or it will also be acknowledged to the admin as well. And like you can see, you have been attached one of the coaches based on the weights that the admin has assigned. You can now get to see which coach is going to be taking this particular session. Once you have rebooked the session, you will see that join button will get activated 30 minutes prior to the session. So always keep an eye out till it's dim, and then you can join. You can obviously also go back on your decision. You can cancel the session, and you can send a note, and you can cancel this session. So again, it will go back into the cancelled state. You can obviously rebook it again in the same process as well. Now you can also see that out of the two sessions, the second session is also ready to be booked. So when you are ready to book the second sessions, you can go yourself, you can add, your notes as a student as well, and you can go and follow the same process of booking it. Let's say we're booking it for the 30th this time, confirm the booking, and then the status will appear as session scheduled right on your learner's interface. Note that as a learner, you can also view the recordings and the transcripts of all the session, which will appear right underneath once the session is done, so that you can get to revise your conversations and take notes. Now, going back to the dashboard of the learner again, you can obviously run the same kind of search. So upon you putting a keyword, you can see that the search result gets returned. And then you can also now go back to your bookings tab and see which are the sessions which are upcoming for you, which are the sessions which are cancelled or rescheduled, and which are the sessions that you can rebook. You can click on this, it will take you to a similar interface which I showed you. And you can obviously filter, in terms of upcoming. You can also filter in terms of completed or cancelled, and all the sessions will appear here. And you can also look for any kind of programs. Note that as a learner, you might be part of more than one program, which you can filter here. And that particular program will obviously appear here. I'm going to reset this now and show you that other than the list view, you can also view your bookings as a calendar view. So like you can see, all the 2 sessions which you had cancelled and rebooked here appear with all the details of date, time, session name, and coach which gets assigned to you. Note that the same coach might not be assigned the next time you rebook the session as a learner, but that is up to the system to decide which coach is available and also good enough to take the session. That right after you have attended a session, there are all the details which come right under the session, and you can also see that you have a recording which you can download. Here is the recording. If you play this, this will take you back to your conversation with your coach. And then you can also see a transcript here of the entire conversation. Alongside that, you can also see a session summary built from the transcript. And you can obviously download the recording as well, which is a straightforward file that gets added to your local. As soon as the recordings are generated, you will also see a summary which gets infused into the AI brain. For example, this is a session summary, and there's a transcript which is added here, so that this gets pumped into our AI suite, which is the AI avatar and agent. And this is fodder for those products to also perform to their optimum length. So information continuously generated during your sessions will keep getting added as transcript. You can definitely delete it, but we encourage that this helps you overall have a more sound AI health system if you're using some of our other products as well.